Now recording.
Now you stay there.
You stay there like a good boy. Were you not ready for that?
Uh-uh.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh my god. Oh man, that was funny.
It was.
Okay. Well, hey, Bobo, sisters, brothers, and others, I'm Jynx.
I'm clueless.
And this is Sisters of the Macabre.
Michelle.
What?
I don't know. Don't ask me.
I love it. I'm here for it.
Are you?
Yes.
I love you in the most heterosexual way.
I
That's an
love you
old
too.
reference. That's an old reference.
Oh god.
I'm probably aging
Okay.
myself with that. If you guys know where it's from,
No, you
comment.
don't. Okay,
Oh yeah, they should
so
totally fucking comment.
well, no, my joke was if you know where they are, no, you don't. Or if you know what that's from, no, you don't. But I
That's
mean,
also funny.
we have already like aged ourselves. So,
Speak for
you know,
yourself.
no, no, no. In your
Speak for
intro, we
yourself.
talked about our ages.
Oh my god, we did? Fuck.
Have you not listened to your own episode?
No. I don't like hearing my voice.
Oh, fair. I don't like my audio in your episode. I hate my audio so much. And cuz like I was using these headphones, right? The ones that you guys got me, the ones that come with the microphone. But
Mhm.
this mic is very much a gaming mic. You know, it's very much one it's not meant for podcasts. It's not meant for like talking and stuff like that. What?
This was mine.
Nice. So I have the HyperX Solocast now. And
Blue
that's
Yeti.
also yeah. And this is also the one that I got snacks too. So because we were both using the fucking snowball one, and it worked. It sounded great, but I think these sound better.
I think my wife has the snowball one.
Mm. Yeah, the little tiny fucking white thing. Yeah, it's a good
Hers is
mic. Like,
black.
fair enough. It's a good mic. Like that's what we used for all of our older episodes before we started posting new ones.
Mm.
Um, it's a good mic. Like it works great. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very like big on sound quality because like I grew up around bands and around doing sound for, AC/DC, Evanescence, Smash Mouth, like having to do all these, really big bands and having to make sure it sounded really good. And I've been doing that since I was 4 years old. And
Nice.
yeah, cuz my dad's a
We
sound
we
guy.
like a competent woman.
Yeah, my dad's a sound guy. He has been my entire life. And so for me, sound quality is very important. But anyway, um welcome to another witching hour where we are going to talk about witchy shit because we can.
Yes.
I only have one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and then the rest of it I'm just going to kind of let it flow. So, in the most recent episode that we had posted, and obviously this is going to get posted later at a much later date, but um when we had talked about the Castle of Good Hope in that haunting episode that I failed to get the ghosties in, um, I had mentioned that there was a man who was either seen walking on the like walking on the top of the wall, or he would jump off of the wall and basically kill himself again and again and again. And this has been seen by multiple different people. Um and you in that episode had said, it makes me kind of think, just like, death really isn't the end sometimes, and you're correct. And it sucks because sometimes when you die, you are quite literally stuck in that loop of your death. So you are basically, unbeknownst to you, I just saw a flash. There's somebody standing over there. To my left. No, and me.
Me?
No, it was
Okay. I was about to say, oh, don't do this to me. Don't do this.
no, I saw a flash to my left. I have spirits around all day, every day. I mean, I woke up cuddling with, some of my spirit animals, and they'll actually like, come into plushies that I'm holding, and I'll just, we'll be like cuddling and whatnot. Anyway, moving on. I'll get into all the babies later, if they want an episode. But yes, so the residual energy from that death and that passing can keep your soul in a time loop, and it can trap your soul in said time loop. It's hard to explain for me right now. We were up until what, 1 o'clock talking last night,
Yeah.
and then we tried to go to sleep, and now we're up doing this. But this is for fun, this isn't a research based thing. I mean, it is research based because I did like look it up and I do learn these things. I had to. But it's also, we're talking about experiences and things like that. So you as a soul can get stuck in your time loop of your passing. And this happens to a lot of people, unfortunately. I mean, you've seen it in there's a plantation, I believe it's in New Orleans. I cannot remember the name of it right now, and I feel absolutely Myrtles, the Myrtles plantation, I think it is.
Oof.
And please correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm literally just going off of memory right now. And again, we didn't sleep very much.
We have
So,
live for the
huh?
EPs.
Huh?
We're the EPs.
Yes, we are very much the EPs. So please just correct me if I'm wrong. I can take it, I promise. I believe it's the Myrtles plantation, and one of the owners, he was shot. A man had come up and shot him. He came up straight through the door, shot the owner, and he had moved up to the 17th step, and that's when he died. And a lot of people who visit will hear steps up to the 17th step, and then it'll stop.
Eef.
Yeah. And that's part of how spirits get stuck here, is all that residual energy from it. And, obviously some don't want to leave. Some are not ready to, some are, afraid to. Um and or they don't know how to, they don't know where they're going, they don't know what to do. It's such a broad spectrum of reasons that spirits would be staying, but they can, like I said, get stuck in a time loop of their death. And that sucks. And I want to learn how to like get them out of that, because obviously like that sucks. And a lot of spirits that are stuck like that, they don't know that they're dead.
Honestly, this sounds like hell.
Yeah. They're reliving their death over and over and over again, but they don't know that they're actually dead. I think that helping them realize that they are dead and that they're going through the same thing over again might help break the cycle. But I don't know. I want to learn how to help break that cycle, cuz here's the thing. I want to go to haunted places. Mainly like I speak to spirits all day every day. I speak to spirits, I speak to gods and deities and whomever, if they are not bringing me negativity and they're not being harsh or anything like that, there's a welcome space. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, I have my guardian, I have my babies, I have, I have my own protections and things like that. Like I try to be really safe about it. But like I want to go to haunted places, and the reason I want to go to haunted places is to help these spirits move on. Cuz here's the thing, you cannot get a foot without walking somewhere someone has died.
Yeah.
It's nearly impossible. someone or something, you know. It could be an animal that has passed. It could be, even in the ocean. You can't get anywhere that something has not died. And like, first off, that's kind of profound to think about.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it makes sense, you know? Everything dies. Everything in this plane of existence dies. And this plane of existence has been around for a very long time. So, yes, things are going to die all the time. That is the nature of life. You cannot have life without death. It does not work that way. At least in this plane of existence. People are so, I don't know, fixated on spirits and ghosts and things like that. And I'm like, well, they were people too, or animals too.
I think it's the
I
unknown.
have, here's the thing, it's not unknown. They just think it's unknown.
That's unknown to them. They can't fathom the idea of being dead, what it is like to be dead.
Fair. That's fair. Yeah. I'm like, some spirits don't even know that they're dead. In fact, some spirits may even think that we're the ones that are dead because they technically are on a different plane. They're on a plane that is parallel to ours, much like deities and spirits and stuff like that. The spirits, talking about spirits, but much like deities, spirits are on a different plane because their soul cannot walk this plane unless it is in a human body. Which is why when your soul leaves your body, you are considered in the astral plane. It is parallel, but it is not necessarily always touching. It can, but it's not necessarily always touching. So, either way, death is not always the end. In fact, I'm going to say that death is not the end, period. Cuz again, your soul moves on. Whether it stays where you passed or it stays like in Henry Rispin's case. We haven't posted this yet, but he is stuck at the Rispin Manor, but he never even lived there. He didn't die there. He built it. But he's still stuck there because that is, to him, the source of his greatest failure. That's the thing that brought him down.
Jeez, that's kind of terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's energy works in just such profound and strange ways. So I don't know. It's that's kind of something to think about. You can absolutely get stuck somewhere because you're mad at it or you're mad at this person. You can get stuck to some person. You can be stuck in the same time loop, reliving your death over and over again because of the energy that's there. There's so much to really dig into.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to dig into here, but it's just something I kind of wanted to talk about where residual energy can absolutely affect spirits and it can absolutely keep spirits there. There are also other spirits that can force newer spirits to stay and things like that. There can be entrapments and things like that. So, and that sucks. Because I mean, there are a lot of I do not remember the name of this place at all, and it actually there's several different instances where I've seen this where it's just like he won't let us leave, or they won't let us leave or something to that effect, and it's usually that's one spirit that's been a spirit for a lot longer than most others, and they've learned how to use their energy and their will and and force it upon others, and unfortunately that can happen. We see it all the time in hauntings and things like that. And it's unfortunate and it sucks, but it is a reality.
In my opinion, I feel like dying is like going to sleep.
For the body, yes.
As you know, I've not crossed that threshold yet.
Right, right. And it depends on how you die as well because for you, your heart would stop. So, for you, yes, it was a very peaceful just you went to sleep. It was over. It was done. Obviously, you're still here. Which I appreciate. I love that you're still here.
Eh, I
We
don't.
love having you. Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking for God's sake. I'm joking. Don't tell my wife.
That's all right. That's all right. I literally just yesterday I had my friend look at me and she's like, "Shoot me," and I was like, "Me first," and she's like, "No, no." I was like, "Damn it." So I get
You
it. I
can't
get it.
shoot her if you're already dead.
Don't tell her that.
Well, she's still here, isn't she?
Well, so am I.
Yeah, she knew better. She knows a bad deal when she hears one.
I know, I know. Her and I are like that. It's fun. But um so for you, it was very much going to sleep. Some deaths are more painful than others.
Mm.
Um like drowning is apparently the most painful death you could ever have,
Yeah,
which is
because you
terrifying.
have to fight your body's natural reaction to, wanting to breathe.
Right, exactly. You know, and that's scary too, because you also have to fight your body's natural reaction to, freak out. So I mean, there's a lot to drowning. But anyway, different deaths are going to yield obviously different energies as a result. And unfortunately, that's very clearly seen in a lot of things that I have talked about and a lot of things that I have seen and witnessed myself. Um, and that was just kind of what I wanted to talk about to start this off. I don't have any other material. There's so many things that I say on the podcast that I don't have time to elaborate on, you know? And so I'm trying to bring in what we talk about into here so I can kind of go deeper and explain these things. Because for me, that's very important.
Meh.
I don't want to just like say something and then have that be the end of it. I want to put what I know out. And then, of course, I want if somebody has a different explanation or a different experience and whatnot, I want that. Like, tell me, you know? I want the comments. I want somebody to say, hey, how about this? Have you thought of this? I'm like, I love that because you do that with me all the time. And I'm like, I love that way of thinking. Thank you. Because I didn't think of it that way. And I'm like, I appreciate the like seeing other sides of it because I do have ADHD and in some ways I am emotionally ignorant. I don't mean to be. Even as a clairsentient myself, it is not it's not always easy to understand other people's way of thinking and things like that. So when it's explained to me in other ways, that is actually very helpful for me. And that's another reason why I'm like, I don't want to just say things for the sake of saying them, you know?
Be mindful.
Yeah. You know, obviously, nothing I ever say is meant to upset anyone. Ever.
Unless
I mean,
it's on
I will.
Patreon. But at that point, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah. At that point, you paid for the sass, you paid for the sauce, and you paid for my rage. So you'll get it. On but like, um
I'm glad I got you to laugh.
oh, I'm good. Do I sound down? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you were sounding like, a little heavy. A little heavy.
Oh no, I'm just tired, dude.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not feeling heavy. I'm chill. I'm sitting cross-legged on my broken ass couch. I'm fine. Dude, my couch fucking dips, bro. It's like this.
Jeez. Is it comfy to
Well,
sleep
so
in?
no.
Fuck.
I don't really sleep on my couch. I do spend a lot of time on my couch, but I don't really sleep on it. But like my dad actually broke the couch. I mean, to be fair, this couch is old. Like this is a really old couch. And like he was sleeping on it for a little while cuz he had knee surgery. And so, he stayed with me for a little bit after that. And yeah, so he was sleeping on my couch and it did end up breaking. And I still have it. I mean, this was years ago. I still have it. I'm cheap and broke. So I can't afford a new couch, but it's okay. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm just tired to be completely honest with you. So anyway, But yeah, that was all that I specifically had to talk about. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm so brain dead right now.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Same.
Okay. What other thing what thing do you want to learn about?
Uh, protections.
Okay. Do you want to learn specifically like wards? We did wards a little bit before, but do you want protection spells? Do you want crystals?
Yeah,
You want herbs? Anything specific?
you know what? Herbs or crystals.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna tell you this is, and I probably should not give this out to the world because I want to gatekeep it, but I'm not going to. One of the most powerful combinations that I have ever found in herbs for protection. It's just two. It is St. John's wort and black cohosh. That shit is so
Cohosh?
fucking potent. Yeah, cohosh. Cohosh.
You wanna send it to me because I am not gonna fucking remember the spelling. Shit's new to me.
You're good. Let me type it out to you real quick. Yeah, no, black cohosh and St. John's wort are my absolute number one favorite protective herbs to use. Now, here's the thing. There are so many other protective herbs. You can use black pepper. You can use even poppy seeds are protective. You could use cinnamon. You can use
I eat
rosemary. Huh?
cinnamon!
Huh?
I used to eat cinnamon!
That's right. That's right. You were telling me that. That still freaks me out to this day. I don't know how you were able
My
to do
my
that.
my other witchy friend, Madam M, little shout out. Love you, Madam M. She helped me with my cord cutting. Uh,
Mhm.
yeah, she told me that like cinnamon is also a thing with Loki. And when I did a scrying or a divination with her to see who's been with me for a very long time, it was like an automatic. Is how that because her friend was like, "Hey, that sounds a little like Loki. Is it Loki?" And I'm like, "Okay, is it Loki?" And all of a sudden, like the pendulum went from like to just like woo 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 woo. It's like very dramatically. It's like, okay, yeah,
Yeah, very
the
typical
they
Loki fashion.
yeah.
He just
He,
bowed.
he's,
He was like, "Thank you, thank you."
I kind of figured he was like, you know what? I'm pissed that it took you this fucking long,
Nah, he's pretty patient.
though, because this is like religious trauma. We're not allowed to even look at tarot decks.
Ugh, right.
So it's just like he was kind of like waiting patiently, and then it gets to a point where it's just like I'm making this so fucking obvious. I am
He
making
did
this
it
so
to me
fucking obvious.
too. He did it to me too. And I was the same way. He left a fucking spider at the front of my door for a month.
You sent one to my bed.
Yeah, no. And it's so funny because in hindsight you do look at, okay, now that I know that Loki's here, what led up to that? And all of a sudden you see, oh wait, this happened, and then this happened, and this happened, and this happened. Oh, it all makes sense now. And it's just like, uh, I have ADHD. I can connect shit, but I can't connect shit if I don't know about it.
Yeah, if anything, like I thought it was really funny because like yo yeah, just like a little palm in my hand, just like put that much fucking cinnamon and just like I guess that could have been my offering to Loki.
If you intended it as such, then yes.
No, it was just really delicious, and I didn't know why. I fucking loved it, and it was just addicting. I had to do it. I had to do it.
Maybe you just needed all that protection.
Yeah,
Because I mean, cinnamon is
in that
highly
house.
protective. It's also really abundant. Yeah. It's also really abundant. Cinnamon is really versatile. I really like it. And just for anybody kind of getting into the herby witchiness, if there is
Me.
something that you are, yeah, exactly. If there is something that you are missing herb-wise, there's a good chance rosemary can substitute it. Rosemary can be substituted for pretty much anything. Now, when I do any kind of spell, I am very specific. Okay? You don't have to be as specific as me. I just like to be thorough. So when I do a spell, with me, I'm very specific. So what I am putting in my spells or spell jars or whatever I'm doing is intentional. And I will tell that specific herb, that specific crystal, exactly what it is to do in this working. And again, you don't have to do that. It does help though. It helps to keep the energy cohesive. Especially when I'm doing spell jars for other people. I tailor it to their energy, not mine. I have had my own spell jars reject me, which is good. That's what I want. Um, because they were not meant for me. So to me, that tells me that I did a good job. You know, I've had spell jars quite literally bite me because I picked it up. And I'm like, I have to put you in a bag to get you to who you belong with. And then they kind of relent. I quite literally have to explain why I'm touching them after they're sealed. And it's fine. That's good. That tells me that I'm doing my job well. Because these spell jars are not going to work for anybody but this specific person or these specific people. And that's very important to me personally, because if somebody's going to buy a spell jar from me, I want it to be potent. I want it to be specifically for you. I need it to be tailored to your energy so it works for you. I can do generalized ones. That's easy. But doing it for this specific person where I have you in mind and I pull your energy literally from the ether itself, there's a reason I do that. But yes, so when it comes to any kind of spells, any kinds of jars, any kinds of workings, especially in protection, that's very important. That's pretty much what we're talking about now is make sure you know where you're putting it, you know? And again, you could put it all together and then say this is for protection and then go on, you know? You're putting it together with intention. How you do it is up to you. I personally like to say it out loud. I like to put that out in the universe. I like to pull that energy in. That's me. So yes, black cohosh and St. John's wort are two of my absolute favorite protective herbs. Again, you have rosemary, black pepper, poppy seeds, cinnamon. There's a ton of protective herbs out there. Do some experimenting. I mean, figure out what works for you personally. You might not like the energy that comes from black cohosh and St. John's wort. I personally do, and I made that by accident. I didn't know it was going to be that potent, but it was. And I'm very pleased with it. That's something that I use all the time in like protection workings
Yeah.
and things like that. Now that's not all that I use, obviously, but you know, and sometimes I put them in something and sometimes I won't. It just depends on what is my working, you know? Um so that's my favorite combo herb wise for protection. But I mean there's so many. Um and we can get into like an actual deep dive of herbs at a later date. I have pretty much like a full-on book that I have compiled pretty much myself um through a lot of research online and things like that for herbs and things. So I mean I have so much information it's not even funny. Um when you add in crystals, that is also going to depend on what kind of protection you're looking for. If you are looking for shielding and a very, very powerful and potent shield, you want labradorite.
Oh, Labrador is my favorite.
If you want something that will take in, like, absorb negativity and transmute it into an energy that it can use for, positivity and protection and things like that, you want black tourmaline. There's all kinds of very protective stones. There's onyx, which is a quartzite. There's smoky quartz, which again is a quartzite. Anything black is going to be your protector. That's usually in color magic what protection is. Now, protection varies. And I say that because yes, you look at protection as like it's this blanket term basically. Um much like, Wiccans and witches and stuff like that and pagans, pagan is a blanket term technically for all these different types of witches and all these different, all these different types of uh ways of life and being. And to me that's more of a blanket term. And your wife has actually asked me this. And she's like, what, I don't remember what it was about. It was I think it was about hexing somebody. And I'm just like, well, that's more of a blanket term pagan wise because, then there's this. And I went into this whole thing with her. I'm going to go into my so I gotta switch my drive here. I have so many different emails because of course like I have my my brain just died again. God damn it. Uh um so I have
No.
the email for my crystal business, Crystal's Embrace. I have the email for us, Sisters of the Macabre podcast at gmail.com. And then I also have my personal email. And I have Drive for all of them because duh. I'm like, all right. I've done so much research on like all of the crystals that I have. I quite literally have just 8 pages of. Oh my god, yeah. I haven't been into my shop drive in a while because I have everything already printed, so I don't technically need to. But I mean, here's kind of how deep I would go into things. Let me find a good one. Like black tourmaline. Protection, cleansing of negative energies, heals broken hearts. It's good for love, emotional pain, disruptive feelings, grounding, calms negative emotions. Black tourmaline quite literally eats negativity and spits it back out as a new cleansed energy. Great for any stressful environment, work, homeschool, etc. Labradorite, extremely protective, places a literal energetic shield around you, promotes psychic ability, intuition, spiritual enlightenment, calms the mind, imagination, new ideas, absorbs negativity and inner issues, releases purifying energy, transformation, new experiences. It's the stone of the present, helps keep you grounded in the now. It helps balance chakras, promotes overall well being. It is a stone of transformation, inner strength, manifesting wealth, abundance, attracting opportunities, success, confidence, and motivation. That's not something you see very often when you go to a crystal shop, right? Like, you go to a crystal shop and you'll see it has like 3 things on there. There's, here's a couple bullet
It's
points.
like a TLDR, but
Yeah,
really, really, really condensed to 5 words or
right.
less.
And I hate that. I hate that so much. Because,
I feel like if you're starting out, that's a good way to
Mhm.
start, but you should do extensive research because sometimes they'll have a hidden meaning and you need to research
All
it.
the time,
But
yeah.
as a starter, it's good. It's good to just remember 3 words at least. I'll give them
Yeah.
that. But use it as like a flashcard. You add information the longer you know it and the more that you're able to like memorize these things cuz I am shit at memorizing names.
And
So how do you think I am when it comes to memorizing traits of
well, and
crystals?
here, I'm actually gonna share my screen for a second. I'm gonna show you what I'm looking at. Because this is what I do. When somebody buys a crystal from me, this is what they're going to see. Not that. If somebody buys a green aventurine, they're going to get a sheet of paper that says balance, prosperity, inner harmony, calms nervousness and anger, dissolves stress, enhance sleep, grounds vibrational fields, creativity, motivation, clearing obstacles, clarity on toxicity, harmony, expand mental possibilities, good fortune, compassion, reinforce leadership, perseverance, abundance, and growth. Here's something that not a lot of people know is aventurine is a type of quartz. Quartz is the most fucking versatile thing on the planet.
Yep.
You know, here's the thing. Clear quartz and amethyst, which is also a quartz, they're all purpose stones. And that goes for pretty much any kind of quartz. Okay? Color magic and color theory does say, hey, rose quartz is really good for self-love and compassion and self-worth. But it can also reverse certain cancer cells, which nobody fucking knows about. It's good for abundance. It can ward off negativity. It can replace negative emotions with positive emotions. It helps to purify your heart and cleanse and recharge your chakras. Helps with blood circulation and physical healing.
Need
Yeah,
your healing.
exactly. And it's just like not a lot of people understand that. Rose quartz is not just self-love. That's what it's mainly known for, but rose quartz is so much more versatile than that. Green aventurine that we just went over is so much more versatile than that. Clear quartz, amethyst, anything quartzite can do so much more than we give it credit for. And what I think is so beautiful about stones in general is that they work differently for everyone. You can either ask it to help you with a certain energy and it can bring that to you, or if it's a quartzite, you can put that energy into it and it can amplify it. But like, or you can ask it and say, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And as you know, crystals may be non-physically sentient, but they are energetically sentient.
Me.
Yeah. That that was a little profound of me to say. I'm sorry. I don't know where that came from, but it's
You
my
must have had help.
I guess so. Did you see the look on my face? Because I feel like I was staring at nothing when I was saying that.
I gave my energy drink as an offering to help us speak truth.
Right. Oh, there you go.
That was also my offering. May we speak eloquently
There you
and
go.
teach others, but also speak truth.
Yeah. I mean,
So
to the
and you
best of
seem to
our
be really
ability.
sus
Huh?
you seem to be really susceptible to that, and I've been kinda doing that the entire time that we've right before our every podcast. It
Nice.
was, I've always made an offering just like, "Okay, help us to speak truth." And, like, every time you're just like, "I don't know where that came from." It's like, "Well, it is truth."
I mean, I'm not a stranger to deities and spirits speaking through me. I'm not a stranger to that. So, channeling divinity is not necessarily new for me. It just when it happens without me doing it on purpose is when I'm like, "Huh?"
I do apologize.
Oh, no, I'm
Yeah,
good with
it
it.
wasn't until right now that I realized, "Oh, maybe I've been doing that to you, I'm sorry."
No need to apologize. I'm good with it. In fact, I actually appreciate it because 'cause you're putting that energy into the podcast, and I appreciate that very much. Um, but yeah, so this is I know that, viewers at home can't see this. I might go ahead and post a little snippet of this, but, like, these are the things that I do. Like, here's the thing, flower agate. Hardly anybody knows that the flowers are actually Chalcedony inclusions, which is why the stone is so great for our emotional balance.
I'm gonna be looking for those now.
I have some. I can send you one. Everything in here I
How
have.
much am I how much are you gonna break me for?
What do you mean?
Well, they're not cheap.
I'm not gonna charge you?
I expect you to charge me.
Well, you already paid for it in your offering
How did I already pay for it? I didn't do shit!
because you're helping me with the podcast because I had nothing, and now all of a sudden I'm talking and talking and talking. So, there you go, you paid for it.
Okay, fine. I don't have to like it.
You don't have to like it, but you have to accept it. Ha!
It's almost Christmas anyway. That'll be your
Exactly.
Christmas gift to me.
Okay. And I still have your labradorite that we picked out separated.
Fuck yes!
Yeah.
Oh, the moonstone! The gray moonstones.
Right. Yeah. And here's Rainbow Moonstone. Psychic protection, shielding from negativity, peace, mental clarity, emotional balance, awareness, spiritual growth, anxiety, stress, creativity, calmness, energetic alignment, harmony, hope, compassion, endurance, inner confidence, cleansing the third eye, emotional healing, joy, intuition, openness in the universe. I have so much fucking shit, man. But like smoky quartz, here's one for again for protection. Ward off stress. Promotes tolerance and resolve. It's an absorption stone. It protects from electromagnetic smog. It's good for grounding and meditation, connecting with the earth, peace, calm, lifting fears and depression and negativity, relieving stress and anxiety, positive thoughts, helps with suicidal thoughts and tendencies, dispels nightmares, and helps to manifest dreams. I literally have Vesonite or Vesuvianite or Idicase, which is
Which
from
one's your favorite?
my favorite stone like of all time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Super 7.
Super 7?
It is 7 naturally grown crystals in one. It is known as a melody stone. It has amethyst, cocaxonite. I don't know how to say this. I think it's goethite, lepidocrosite, rutile, smoky quartz, and clear quartz. Amethyst and clear quartz being your do-alls, the ones that can do pretty much anything. Cocaxonite is also an amplifier, much like clear quartz. Goethite helps with psychic abilities, writer's block, creativity. Helps you figure out things from your past life. Gets rid of anything holding you back emotionally, and it's energetically healing. Lepidocrosite is intuitive and spiritual awareness, helps with your sixth sense, grousing, astral travel, and past trauma. Rutile is divine connection, divine inspiration, spiritual creativity, and amplifying your thoughts. Smoky quartz, again, dispensing the fear, negativity, removing depression, emotional balance, removing anxiety and stress, promoting positive thoughts and dream manifestation, healing, balancing, charging, psychic powers, enhancing clairvoyance, telepathy, channeling, past life, finding answers and things like that. So there Super 7 does absolutely so much for me. And I was gifted a piece of Super 7 by a person who is no longer a friend, but that's okay. Um I carry that Super 7 with me every day. It is in my medicine bag. My medicine bag. In fact, I can go actually get it really quick and show you what I mean. Um
Okay.
cuz it's beautiful and it was given to me out of love. It was chosen for me out of love. It was her mother actually chose it for me from one of their shops that they go to. It was gifted out of love, and regardless of how that relationship worked out or didn't work out, it is still of love. These are my crystals. Pull my desk closer. This is what I carry with me on a daily basis.
Oh, remember that Labrador I showed you? The one on the ring?
Hmm.
It's a rainbow flash.
Oh, nice. I love that. Actually,
It just took a while for me to see it. I cleaned it and then I saw the rainbow.
oh, nice. I'm gonna turn on my lamp. Try to get a little bit of extra light in here to show. So I have this is a blood calcite. It's red. So usually calcite comes in like blues, but this one is red. It has an iron oxide that makes it red. But I also carry blue calcite. It's very hard. This
Nice.
this lamp is not helping. Which is fine.
Maybe a flashlight so you can like
Oh,
if it's a
maybe.
little translucent, then you could like kind of flash it through.
Oh, you can see the color better at least.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so this is blue calcite. This is red calcite. Oh yeah, you can see the color way
Oh, that's
better.
better.
Yeah, way
That
better.
is way better. I had
Okay.
a smart idea.
You did! Good job! So
Was
this
that my idea or was that somebody else's?
nah, that is yours. This is you see, like, the green
Oh,
and the red? This
is that a bloodstone?
huh?
Is that a bloodstone?
Yes, it's a dragon's bloodstone.
I can always tell those. I know those on the spot.
Yeah.
Don't know why.
This let me
Onyx?
nope,
Obsidian.
nope, black tourmaline.
Okay.
Yep. Now
'Kay.
this, I was told to carry with me. Am I allowed to tell this story? Okay, never mind. Not gonna tell that story. Not allowed to.
Secrets.
Yep.
Okay then.
I
Keep it
will
secret.
say that these can absorb certain illnesses. That's the only thing I'm gonna say. That for black tourmaline. This is a blue apatite. This is a stone of knowledge and
Oh,
learning.
hi.
Oh, howlite.
Howlite?
Mm-hmm. Now, a lot of people, I like to be open and transparent. So for me, it's really important to understand that howlite is very often dyed a turquoise blue and sold as turquoise. It is not turquoise. If it has black veins, it is a howlite every time. Okay? Also, howlite naturally only comes in one color, white. Every other howlite is dyed. But if you get a hold of red howlite, even though it's dyed, red howlite is one of the most guiding stones that you could ever have. It's never a bad idea to carry some and find some. Did I tell you the story about the little girl
No,
with
I don't
that?
think so.
Okay, I will tell you that after this. So,
Okay. Oh,
this one's obvious as to what it is. What do you think?
it's glass. Type of
Nope.
glass. It's very shiny like
Nope.
glass, I mean.
Yeah.
Uh,
Quartz. Smoky quartz.
smoky quartz? Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Now,
Oh, hi.
this is Super 7. You see how it's clear, but it also has purple and black and orange and all these other colors in it?
Yeah.
This is my Super 7. Now, I also sell Super 7. I have it certified. um, because you can only find it in one mine. So,
Ah,
my Super 7. So I literally have certified Super 7. And for me, obviously that's very important because I want to have like as real of stuff as I can possibly get. Um and also if I know that I have a man-made stone or if it's dyed or something, I'm going to tell you. And the slip of paper that it comes with, I will tell you this is dyed. Um I have like a dyed blue howlite pendulum that I sell and the first thing it says is this is dyed blue.
best to keep as honest
mhm.
as possible.
Well, yeah, I mean, I sell opalite. Opalite is a man-made stone. And here, I'll even show you. I think it's up right now. Where's opalite? I know I passed by it earlier. Yeah, right here. First words, man-made crystal. It's actually very similar. It has similar energetic properties to opal. It helps with lightheartedness and, easing the burdens of emotional illness and trauma, clearing the mind, reducing fatigue, increasing energy, meditation, playfulness, resilience, tranquility, purity, self assurance, smoothing over interactions, insomnia, breathing, nightmares, arrhythmia, things like that. Those are things that it helps that it helps with. And, like, I try to be as transparent as possible because it's very important. Um, and with my Super 7 doesn't look like this. And I have it right there. I could actually go get some for you and show you. But my Super 7 came from like a huge chunk and it was splintered off and broken into multiple different pieces. So I have like small pieces, I have medium pieces, and I have large pieces. That's the only one that I sell separately just because Super 7 is so rare. It comes from one place. It's like tanzanite. You can't get a whole lot of tanzanite very easily.
Unless it's man-made.
Exactly. So you have to be really careful. I work with specific people. Like I had a customer reach out to me, and I have this right here actually.
Mhm.
She met me at one of the events that we do because we go out and sell. And she met me and she got one of my geodes for her husband and he loved it. And so she messages me and is like, "Hey, is there any way that you can either do you have or can you get a bigger geode?" And to me, first off, that was really touching for her to trust me with that, you know? Because I'm like, thank you, for trusting me with this request, first of all, and knowing that, hey, I'm getting you something genuine. And so this is really cool for me. She asked me if I could get a larger geode. A couple days later, I messaged her saying, I have something coming from Morocco. And it's this beauty. Now, it unbroken, obviously. I'm not going to send them a broken one. But this is the kind of geode. So, like, huge size difference.
That one looks kinda like a heart.
It kind of does, huh? Isn't it cute? That's
Yeah.
perfect. Because she's getting it for his stocking stuffer.
Oh, nice. That's gonna be a heavy stocking stuffer.
It's 2 pounds, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's like 2.6 ounce, 2 pounds, 6 ounces.
Fuck.
And it's already paid for. I'm gonna send it out on Monday. Um, but yeah, like this was huge for me. And I'm pouring so much love and thankfulness into this just because this was really cool for me personally to have somebody reach out and trust me with that. And I know that like they do this all the time with crystal shops, they'll ask and stuff like that. But for me personally, I take pride in my shop. I take pride in what I do. And for someone to trust me enough to reach out and say, hey, I know your stuff is good. Can you get one of these? That was huge for me. And I appreciated that. And I appreciate her. Um, and like I said, it's going to get sent out. I'm wrapping it up. I'm sure the mic can hear it. But
Just barely.
um oh, okay, fair enough. I mean, I do have the noise suppression on, so um yeah, for her to have trusted me is it's touching to me and it makes me feel like I'm doing a good job. So I I don't know. I'm very honored with that and I send all the love. And actually, she doesn't know that I have this podcast, so I'm going to say it. Plus it's not we're releasing this much later than Christmas. So, um I'm selling it on Etsy right now because my website is down and I'm putting all of my stuff back up on Etsy so I can, sell. And the like I'm not doing my shipping label through Etsy because I'm actually going to include two geodes for her, like two smaller geodes for her as like a thank you.
Aw.
Um yeah, so I'm going to send that out with them as well. And just like a small thank you card. So, and here's the thing. That's something that I love to be able to do as a crystal business owner. I'm like, I don't make a lot off of these crystals. I've been told by almost everybody that I need to raise my prices. I don't want to.
Which is fair.
Yes, do I want to make money? Yes, absolutely. If I could make enough money with Crystal's Embrace where I didn't have to, work my day job, I would do that. I would quit my day job in a heartbeat and just work Crystal's Embrace. But I'm not there, and that's my fault. I'm not like posting online about it a bunch of stuff, and I need to start doing that. But you know, I love being able to connect people with the crystals and with things that they not only enjoy but also need. Um, that being said, I'm going to tell you, we went to Kinder Hill Brew Lab. Shout out to them. They're in College Station.
Nice.
We went to Kinder Hill Brew Lab and we had an event there. We did the adult book fair. And actually, that's where that customer met us. There was a little girl who her mom was in the booth next to us. And her mom was out selling stuff, and the little girl kept running around, kept coming over and looking at my stuff, and she really liked my necklaces. And at the end of the day, it's winding down, everybody's packing up. She comes up to me and she's looking at my necklaces again. And she was like, "Are these $12?" And I'm like, "Yes, they are." And she's like, and she hesitated a little bit. I'm like, "But we can go down if we need to." I immediately was like, "I'm just going to give her one." Immediately in my head, I'm like, "I'm just going to give her one." Um, But she runs away for a little bit and goes and talks to her family, goes and talks to her mom and dad, and then she comes back with her dad, and she comes up and she's very honest with me, very sweet little girl. She says, "The thing about my money is I only have $4." And I said, "Okay, well," I stood up. She's like, "All right, well, let's see what we can do. Come on." And so she goes into the into my little box of necklaces, and she picks out red dyed howlite.
Oh,
And
hey.
yeah, she picked out the guidance stone that we were talking about earlier. And
Neat.
to me, I mean, this girl, she could not have been more than like 8 years old. She was very young. She was a child. And obviously, like me having, two nieces that are very young as well, I'm like, okay, interesting. And I gave it to her for free. I was like, "You can have it." And her dad was like, "No, well, we got to pay her something." I was like, "No, no, you do not. She can have it for free. She may have it. It's hers." Because for her to have chosen that, first of all, it literally matched her outfit perfectly. She was wearing a red and black plaid dress and like a black sweater on top of it. So it literally matched exactly what she was wearing. And, for a child to choose a guidance stone, one of the most guiding stones that are out there, I was not ever going to make her pay for that. She goes over to her mom and she's telling her mom that, I gave it to her for free. And her mom is like, "Oh my God," giving me the shocked, "You didn't have to do that" face. And I raised my hands. I was like, "It's okay. It is for her. She can have it." And so later, the little girl comes back with $12 in her hand and she tries to give it to me. And I said, "No, ma'am, that is yours." And like it had the sheet of paper again that I just showed you. So it
Yeah.
they knew what it did. And so oh god, my brain. So she tried to pay me for it twice, and every time I said no. And her mom came over. It's just like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Absolutely. I will never make somebody pay for guidance." And so she's like, "Yeah, I read that. Like, what is that about?" And so I had talked about it with her a little bit more, and I was like, for a child to pick a stone of such energy, she is on a journey. Now, every child's on a journey, right? Every kid
Yeah,
is trying
but,
to find
she
themselves.
she needs a special help.
Exactly. And I don't know if she needed it or not, you know? The only thing that I can say is like I assume, I thought, I felt, but that's her story to tell, not mine. I don't know what drew her to it. But for her to have chosen a stone of guidance, especially as one so young and small, there was no way I was ever going to make her pay for that. I was going to give her something for free anyway. I'd been giving stuff out for free all day. I had some I had some lady come up and tell me, "Hey, my birthday, she was doing some shopping cuz her birthday was 9 days away." I gave her one of my mystery grab bags. Kids were running around. They love my crystal confetti. Somebody would pull out like
Ye
a die or one of the spell jars that I have in it or one of the crystal jars or one of the crystals, something to that effect. They'll pull something out and they only want that one thing. I'm like, "Take it. Go. It's okay." You know, I I didn't have a problem with that. Um so I don't know. It's just I don't mind giving things out for free because I can do that as a crystal shop owner. Do I lose out on it? Yeah. Am I that worried about it? No. Because one, it makes people smile. Two, I feel like in the crystal business, you're almost doing yourself a disservice if you're only in it to get money. I'm in the crystal business because I want to help people. I love crystals. I make crystal bracelets that are insane. I mean, I have ones that have been designed by Aphrodite. I have ones that have been designed by King Hades. I have ones that have been designed by all of my deities at some point or another. I mean, you should see my altar. All of their candles are surrounded by bracelets because they wanted me to make these bracelets for them. And I don't sell those ones. I only sell the ones that they ask me to or that they give me permission to. Um, but I also make ones on my own. Like I have ones for harmonious transformation. I have ones for reaching into your past life. I have ones for abundance and balance and protection and all this other stuff. I'm like,
I was told that I shouldn't be looking into my past life.
why?
Something about possibly opening the door for repeating.
Mm,
And apparently in my past life there was a lot of death. My like apparently like in a past life my entire family died, but more like spouse and kids.
mm.
And it's just like
Where'd you hear that from? Just
I
out
don't
of
know, it was in
curiosity.
college. It was in college. I just remember like somebody saying like yeah, like you we could tell you a little bit about your past life, but we don't want you risking repeating it and your past life. Like they were reading my palms like, yeah, you suffered a lot of tragedy in your life,
Mm.
but you died happy though. That's at least the good note for your past life, but yeah,
So
we don't
they're
want any repeats.
so they were talking about the most recent one. Okay. I mean, they're correct in that, like, if you have that in the back of your mind, you know you can repeat it. I mean, history repeats itself all the fucking time.
Yeah,
So
even with all the knowledge that we got.
exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, that's completely valid of them to say, and, like, I understand where they're coming from with that. So, I mean, that's fair. I want to dig more into my past lives because I have a guardian spirit,
Which is
and
cool.
yeah, I adore him. It's actually really funny. He used to kind of just like put a hand on my shoulder to tell me that he wanted to communicate, but then he has a doll and it's a Kachina doll that he was attached to. Which is a
A
beautiful
what?
native a Kachina doll. It's a
Okay.
Native American doll. Can I show her? No. He doesn't want me showing you.
No,
That's
it's okay, it's okay.
okay.
I misheard. I thought you said cochina? It's
Yeah,
like,
no,
that's a
I
Spanish word.
that's
What?
that's nasty. Yeah, no, like nasty girl.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
like, huh?
No, the
No!
Kachina. Yeah, no, the
Sorry, I
Kachina doll.
misheard.
It's okay. Um, he doesn't really like his doll, which valid. He was stuck in it for I don't know how long. Um,
I mean, I wouldn't like my prison.
yeah. Um, so my mom originally found him in this life. My mom found him and another one, and that other one is still actually living in my mom's house. The doll and that spirit, he still guards the house. Um, he that one did not like anybody but mom. He tolerated me, but he warned my brother a couple times. It's like, "Don't touch me." So when mom died, my brother was able to release him from his Kachina doll. And he still roams that house, and the new tenants have been made aware of that. The new tenants are actually friends of my brother. Um, so they are respectful of him. And so thankfully there's that. Um for Guardian, she had him by the front door, and like I got into this rhythm where I would always say, "Hi, Guardian," every time I walked into the house, and I still call him Guardian to this day. Um, and I've seen him do some powerful things that I didn't even realize were even happening. And I talked about this in my trilogies. I talked about him in my trilogies. Where you know I was doing dishes in the kitchen after I'd been gone for like a year or two, and I visited and I heard two footsteps in the kitchen behind me and I knew who it was. And he just gives me, "You okay?"
Yeah, no, I don't like that. Mm-mm.
Oh.
No, this is why I need a sink that faces the house
Gotcha, yeah.
and not away, 'cause shit! Fuck that.
Yeah, it was just
Mm-mm.
it was two footsteps that I heard, and I knew who it was. It was Guardian. But yeah, so like I knew who it was, and I said, "Hi, Guardian," and he gave me like a really welcoming and warm energy. Um, and when my mom, passed, I offered both of the spirits and the dolls. I said to both of them, "Hey, if you want, I will take you home with me. This is up to you, your preference. I will not move you if you don't want me to." And it was weird because like the other one kind of floundered a little bit. Like he kind of wanted to go, but he also wanted to stay. He wanted to stay more than he wanted to come with me. That was because I know that he said he would come, but he didn't want to. Okay, so he would have come, but he did not want to. And I was never gonna force anybody. Like that's not me. That's not what I do. Um, when my mom passed, there were the two guardian spirits. I took Guardian home. The other one chose to stay, which absolutely. I'm not gonna I don't want to put you where you don't belong, don't want to be. That was it. That was my whole thing. And getting closer to Guardian, you know, I thought that I was gonna have him, and this is just in my head. Like I thought, okay, well, I'll put his Kachina doll by the door. Nope. He chose a spot in my room instead that was on my desk facing me. Facing like the inside of the room. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't mind. Um and getting to be closer to Guardian and getting to know him, I've actually learned a lot more about him than I really ever thought I would. But again, this was back right when I was still a baby when like baby witch when my mom passed away. I didn't barely know what I was doing. And now, I mean, there was one day, the first time I ever heard him, the first time I ever heard his voice, I had gotten home and my neighbors across the way from me, they were assholes. They were horrible. They stole all my packages. The kids would bang on my door so hard that it would shake my entire apartment and give me an anxiety attack. And that is what happened that day. And I literally could not sleep. It was like 1:30 something in the morning, and 1:32. I was just corrected. And like I still couldn't sleep. I got up, I went and grabbed a bottle of water. I was like, "Man, that was scary." And in my like somebody speaking in my ear, like you and I are communicating right now, like somebody was standing next to me speaking right next to me, I heard, "I would have protected you."
Oh,
Yeah, and I'm like I was like, "Whoa, what?" Because it took me a second because I was like, why I'm hearing a voice. Am I hearing voices now? Like what?" I realized it was
that's always an
Guardian.
interesting development.
Yeah, right. And I knew it was Guardian, and or I realized it was Guardian, and he has a very nice voice. He has a very deep timbre. I like it. um um But that was the very first time that I ever actually heard his voice. And again, I was still brand new to all of this. I think that was the first it wasn't the first time I'd heard a spirit. Um, but it kind of opened my eyes a little bit, I guess, to my clairaudience. And it was a really interesting moment for sure. And I think that kind of helped push me further. And we have sat down and talked, and because of him, I believe that he has opened a lot of psychic doors for me, so to speak. Not doors, doors are not the right word, but I think he's helped to open my psychic abilities a lot more for me.
Open possibilities.
Psychic abilities.
Mm.
Yeah, and he knew, like, there was basically permission to do so because, like, my brother had helped open my third eye and stuff too. So I'm like, okay, cool.
Oh,
Yeah, which now I can kind of open it on command. Which is kind of cool.
like
I
an
can open,
itch.
I can open and close it when I need to. Um, but like, there was one day I was laying in bed and I saw him s- right next to me in bed, and I got really excited. And I went out to my altar because I was this was in my room. This was back when my altar was in my living room. It's not in my living room anymore. I've moved my altar to, or actually, the altar was in the dining room. The altar has moved quite a lot. The altar used to be in the dining room because I had Aphrodite and Artemis on one side and I had Loki separated on the table and right across from them. So that's where I had my altar first. Then I had it in the living room on this coffee table thing, and now it's in my altar. Or yeah, and now it's in my room. Um, but I had Guardian's area, like altar, in my room on that desk that I had told you about earlier. That's where he wanted to be. That's where he was. And so, I got really excited and I went out to the dining room. I was just like, oh my gosh, I want to work on, I want to work on all my clairs. I want to work on seeing. Like, I want to work on all of it. I got really excited. And I was just like, I was talking to Guardian and I was looking to my left and he was on my left. And I was just like, wait, I don't know where you are because I couldn't see him at that moment. And he's a very tall man. Beautiful. He's a very tall, beautiful Indian man. And right by my door where he was standing, like the door to my patio, he showed me this like mustard brown color, like aura around him. And at the time, I didn't really recognize it, right? I did and I didn't. And a couple minutes later, because he was showing me where he was. And a couple minutes later, I had gone back into my room. That was the color of the candle on his altar.
Ah,
Yes. I have goosebumps
nice.
right now. I have goosebumps right now. But yeah, so that was again another representation where he was showing me him. And so I've learned a lot through him psychically, but we've also had these conversations. Okay. I had to ask permission to tell the story first. Um oh yeah, I don't want to hide it. Anyway, Guardian and I have had multiple lives together. He has kind of followed me and our souls have followed each other through our lives basically. And in our first life, okay. He doesn't like this story. He doesn't it hurts. Um and I feel bad. I'm obviously like there's nothing I could have done. Like I don't it's not something I should feel guilty about. It's just something I do feel guilty about, but it's the same for him. He shouldn't feel guilty about it either. But he does. So I like anyway, moving on. In our first life together, I had drowned. And he had promised to always protect me, but he couldn't protect me from that. And
Were you his kid?
no, I was his
Mm.
were we lovers at that point? I know we were friends. I don't know if we were a little bit more than that or maybe getting there. Yeah. We were starting to become more. But he had promised to always protect me and then I drowned, which nobody's fault, right? Um and he knows that. Um and actually I asked
You can
him
still be
once.
disappointed.
he says it's guilt.
Mm.
Yes. Because he said he'd always protect me and then he couldn't protect me because I drowned. Again, not his fault, but he does say he carries guilt for that. Which I wish you wouldn't. But I get it. I get it. I get it. Anyway, we'll talk about it later. Um, so, and I've actually asked him before, I'm like, have I ever actually like hurt you? And he said yes. And I was like, okay, how? And he said, you died.
Ah.
Well, he specifically said you drowned. And I was like, oh God, I'm so sorry. Um since then we've met in 6 lives total. This is our sixth.
Mm.
And I mean it makes sense that we've met so many times because he is actually my twin flame.
Huh.
Yes. So I realized I never got to this point before. I was when he wants to communicate with me, I'll feel a little kiss right here on my forehead. And I had picked up his Kachina doll one day and I was just like, can I just give you a kiss?" And he said, "Yes, you know." And so I kissed his forehead, and so now he kisses me in the same spot when he wants to
Oh.
communicate with me. Yeah. Or he'll stand behind me. Like right now I feel like a lot of warmth right behind me, and a lot of times he'll just kind of let me just lean into him. For Guardian and I, like in one of our lives, I was going blind. We were married and I was going blind. My eyesight was rapidly deteriorating. And every single day, I would touch his face and I would look at him and I would memorize him. And I found this out by accident, which is usually how this happens. Uh, for me anyway. I I kept telling him over and over again. And it's just like, I want to know what you look like. And every time he would answer with, "You already do. You already know." And in my mind, I'm like, "No, I fucking don't." I don't know what you look like. I mean, I know what your doll looks like, but that, you know. And so the memory actually came to me, and I don't know if he gave me he gave me the memory of me and
Asking for it so many damn times.
yeah, right. But yeah, I mean, I saw him just looking down at me with a smile, with a soft smile, while I'm touching his face, and I see him, and like I see him getting blurry, and I like burst into tears.
Oh.
Yeah, well, when they,
Yeah.
it's a soul connection. They're
Yeah.
literally talking to your soul. There's a lot of emotion there. I'm tearing up now. It's not a bad thing. It's a soul's connection. Um that was an interesting moment, and obviously like I said, I burst into tears. I was like, "Oh my god, okay." um and that's when I found out about that past life. And I don't know everything about our past lives. Like I want to delve into my Akashic records, but I have such a problem meditating. It's impossible at this moment. I've been trying for years, but I cannot meditate to save my life. Um which sucks, but it is what it is. So, yeah, there's a lot more to the story with Guardian and myself. A lot that I know and a lot that I don't know. I mean, he will say things to kind of trigger memories of my soul. Which helps because, like I said, I want to get into my Akashic records. I want to look into where my soul has been and what I have done and who I have been. So it helps. But he does it at the most random fucking times, at least to me. For him, it's purposeful. But for me, it's very random. I'm driving one day and it talks about leaving. And now for me, I obviously don't want anybody to go. I'm not like trying to push anybody away or anything like that, but I will also not hold you back. I will not force you to stay with me. It's the same with all the spirit animals around me. They are free to come and go as they please because I will not hold anybody back. you know? Um, and it's the same for him, it's the same for anybody. Any spirits that choose to be around me, come and go as you please, as long as you're not bringing in any negativity, and, obviously if guardian feels that you're safe and things like that. Um, there are safeguards in place, but you get the gist. And he talked about leaving, and something in me, even now, I'm feeling the same thing. Um, there's literally a voice, and I know it's mine, but not from this life. And I hear the voice saying no and like crying. And I'm like, again, even now, I am hearing this, and I'm like, literally hearing my soul. I am hearing a past life begging him not to go.
Jesus.
Yeah. And while I'm driving, mind you.
Jesus.
So I'm bursting into tears because, again, I'm having this soul reaction. And I'm bursting into tears. I'm driving. And I'm like, I will accept you leaving, but I really don't want you to go. And he's not. Like he's still here. He's whatnot, but he keeps like activating these things, and I know that there's a reason for it. I asked for it, obviously, and I'm just like, what?
What, 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 what?
Exactly, because again, it's just profound. I mean, the things that have been brought up to me and just shown to me. I mean, I've had a song remind me of a past life. Out of fucking nowhere, I have had a song remind me of a past life, which is good. Again, I'm open to that. I want to learn my past life. I want to learn about who I was and what I did and, the things that I've been through. If meditation and going into my Akashic records is nearly impossible, then it helps. I want my soul to recognize itself, and then bring those memories into who I am currently. So it's yeah, it's weird. But anyway, I know we were supposed to get into protection, but and I just got told no. Uh, I when you
That is okay.
yeah
This is
when
what we asked for
exactly.
in so many words.
Exactly. And here's the thing, like when you asked about protection, I kept feeling like it just wasn't the right time. And that's why I really didn't get into it. Like, I could have gone into a whole thing about what all herbs I use and all the things that I, use on a daily basis. I could have gone into salts and all these other things, and for some reason, I just could not. And, like, I was tired. But as soon as I started talking about what I was supposed to talk about, I woke up. Yeah. Yeah.
That was after my offering to
Yeah.
give us the energy to get through the day.
Yeah. As soon as I got to what I was supposed to talk about, I woke up. Who I didn't know I was supposed to talk about Guardian today. But here I am. And like obviously like I was talking about like my crystal shop too.
Yeah.
And talking about crystals and things like that. But even then I
We
was
we did tangentially talk about
yeah.
protection,
Yeah.
that crystals can offer protection as well
Right.
as guidance and
Right.
all that stuff. So I still claim that this is a win. We learned something, but also we diagonally kept on target. We
Right.
will expand more when it is time.
Right. And like I want to do episodes on protection. I want to do episodes on protection spells and things like that, and we absolutely will. But
When
today
it is
was
time.
yeah, today was not the day.
Today was not that day.
Which is weird, because normally protection is like the first thing you do. But like, yeah,
Sometimes you need guidance to get protection.
true, true.
You never know the flow of everything that happens
Yeah, it was
or will
Guardian's
happen.
Day. He wanted to be recognized and talked about. Well, thank you for being on this journey with me. That I was not aware of what was going to happen,
Are we
but
ever aware of what is going to happen?
but yes, thank you again. Thank you for joining us on this whirlwind of a journey that I did not know I was going to take today.
Were we ready? Probably not, but did we do it and power through? Yes. So we succeed.
We were ready. I was just unaware of
We
what I
weren't
was
ready for
ready for.
this. We did not know what we were getting into coming in.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about one thing, and we did talk about that one. We ended up on My Guardian, which he wanted to be talked about, and we talked about him. I didn't say everything. There is more to him, obviously. There's more to us, but that is all I'm going to say for now. If he wants more in a later episode, we will talk. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. If you want to find us on Facebook, we are Sisters of the Macabre, and we have an SOTM podcast page. Both of them are us. They are safe. We are on Instagram at SOTM Podcast 1. Send us a Gmail at sistersofthemacabrepodcast@gmail.com. I'm Jinx.
I'm clueless.
And we are out of here.
Fuck yeah.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
I'm not gonna tell you not to let the bed bugs bite because I don't know if that's your yum. I'm not gonna yuck it. Okay, bye.